This is a Rogue Media Network podcast. Hey there, hi there, ho there, all there, yeah there.
Hey-ho.
Welcome to King. So it's been a long night, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can see.
All right, so we are on King of the Hill, Season 8, Episode 3, or in the year of our Lord 7, ABE 15, New Cowboy on the Block.
Episode 152. We've got Phil Hendry in here twice.
These are all voice actors?
Yeah. Phil Hendry does Willie Lane. Phil Hendry does Bear.
Yeah.
Then you got all the officers. All the officers are done pretty much by Stephen Root. Toby Huss does one of them, and Fred Willard does
Fred
one
Willard
of them.
is the main
late,
guy.
great
Yeah.
Fred Willard.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful guy.
And then you've got General Gum, who is played by, well, he's mentioned. I don't think he's actually shown. I think they've mentioned him. But General Gum is James C. or something, however you say his name.
All right.
But yeah, they only mentioned him, so I guess
Yeah,
that
Fred
really
Willard
doesn't matter.
always sticks out to me. I was a big fan of his on Fernwood Tonight. And then if you ever want to see top tier Fred Willard, like the best I think he's ever done, watch the movie Best in Show. He is fantastic in that movie, and he is one of the funniest things going there.
And then real quick, so Willie Lane's number is 64. Obviously, he's fictional.
Yeah.
In real life, number 64 was played by. Number 64 was Tom Rafferty, who was a Dallas Cowboys football player. He played for him for 14 seasons between 1976 and 1989. He was a lineman. He actually, in college or high school, he played as a defensive lineman. But when he went to Penn State, he played for Joe Paterno. The Yikes squad up there.
Yep.
Well, he played a tackle, and he was a part of an undefeated season. Obviously, Joe Paterno was the most winning. He's the most winning college.
I don't know if he still is. I know he was at one time.
Yeah. Well, he ended up playing for the Dallas Cowboys. He was there when they beat the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl in '77.
Yeah.
So he's a part of that whole thing. But yeah, so that's a fun fact about number 64, the actual number 64.
City Foe. Okay, so this aired Sunday, November 16th. 2003, so we're almost exactly 22 years later.
22
It's
years
crazy.
later.
It's 22 years ago. The synopsis on this is a short one. A washed-up football star moves into the neighborhood. That is all IMDb had to offer.
That's it.
So we start this thing, and we get one of those beautiful pan-overs of Arlen, where you see the water tower, you see a couple other things. Birds in the sky, and then we go over to where all four guys are, and they are watching budget movers across the street move somebody's stuff into a house.
Okay.
Which it's always weird to me because it always feels like it's Bill's house, but none of that really matters. Bobby rides up on his bike and he says, "Do the new neighbors have any kids my age? Joseph's getting too active. I need somebody to sit around and watch TV with. He's getting too active." Bill, "Stop it. No more families on the block. Look at those free weights. That's a sign of a fit single woman. She's tired of the bar scene, is looking for a man to share her foosball table and beer can collection with."
Oh, wow.
He just so badly wants a woman.
Yeah, he does.
Hank says, "Now, Bobby, if a teenager moves into that house, I'm counting on you to teach him our community values. I know there's a lot of pressure being the block captain's kid, but that was the life you were born into." Almost like he's a superhero or something, you know?
Yeah, like it's really, it's like a legacy.
Khan comes up, and one of the best insults Khan ever makes. "Hey, Country Bear Jamboree."
That's a good one.
To the guys.
I like that one, yeah.
That's fantastic. He said, "My grandma sent me birthday check, but it's not in my mailbox. Which one of you take it?" Hank says, why would we steal your check? He goes, how do I know? Maybe your wife need a new pitchchfork.
Which real quick,
so
for people that don't know, the Country Bear Jamboree is actually a stage show that they do at Disney with animatronic bears.
Yeah.
You have the Country Bear Musical Jamboree.
It is. I've never really understood those animatronic attractions like that. It's just such a waste of time.
I don't understand them in 2025. I understand
60s,
them
70s.
In 1971.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dale says, I hope the new neighbor isn't another con. His cracks about Peggy are funny, but other than that, he's completely useless. I mean, right to Hank's face, he says stuff like that because he's just so removed.
Somebody on the internet insulted me or tried to insult me and called me they said I look like the animatronic bear from the Chuck E. Cheese band. I thought it was great.
That's a great insult.
I applauded him. I thought that was really good. That's hilarious.
Really good. All right, so later in the alley, they're still standing there, and they're just kind of watching what's going on across the street. Bill says, oh, here comes a new neighbor. It's a lady, a big lady. Oh, it's a man.
Whoa.
He gets his hopes up, and then he's dashed. So a really big guy in a very small car gets out. He's got shorts and a wife beater on.
Willie Lane.
He is a very wide man.
Yeah.
He comes across the street and goes, oh, I didn't know it was the type of neighborhood where guys stood outside drinking beer. And I'm totally psyched. Hank says, well, you should be psyched. You can drink in the alley until 8:15 p.m. It's all in the block charter, which I left in your mailbox. Hank Hill, block captain, shakes his hand. Willie Lane, we find out, says, nice to meet you. I'm Willie Lane. He says, anybody ever tell you that you got the same name as a Dallas Cowboy backup lineman from 76 to 79 seasons? He goes, no.
Nope.
And he goes, yep, Big Willie Lane.
Big
blocked the
Willie
kick to beat
Lane.
the 49ers. And then, I'm sorry, that was Hank saying that. Yep, Big Willie Lane blocked a kick to beat the 49ers. Dale says, then was cut 1 year later and moved down to Mexico, where he now wrestles animals for tourist pennies.
Tourists' pennies.
Willie Lane.
You know they're doing away with pennies in the United States.
Yeah.
There's a lot of companies where people were pissed off because they were talking about, well, if it's this much we round up, if it's this much we round down, if it's this much you have no change.
They're always going to round up.
They're going to have to figure out how to get it right. There's going to be some type of government.
Just change price, man. Change
regulation.
price. You can make it even. So he says, you sure about that, Chief? And he's kind of flashing his ring at the time, you know. Hank sees it, and he goes, whoa, that's a Super Bowl ring. Sweet Lord, you're Big Willie Lane. And you hear Boomhauer,
Big
God dang,
Willie
man.
Lane.
Bill says, you're even better than a single lady. And Dale's like, yay! He puts Dale in a headlock, just playing around with him. And he goes, I like this little chicken chest. He's got spirit. Chicken chest.
Chicken chest.
He goes, yay. Ow, my head. All right, now we got Hank. This is later in the day. We got Hank at the grill, and he's watching Willie unload boxes from his car. And Peggy comes out while he's standing there at the grill, and he says, look at him over there, Peggy. They never lose that nobility. Oh, God, he's coming this way. Just look casual. And then they just kind of run into each other trying to look casual because I'm not sure they know how to do that.
They don't.
He has a Dallas Cowboy football with him, and he comes over and he goes, hey, Hank, I thought you'd want to see this. It's a football from the kicker blocked. Oh, looks just like it did on TV. Then you hear Peggy clearing her throat because she's part of this too. She is the main character. Hank says, Willie, this is my wife, Peggy. He goes, hey, didn't you used to be one of our cheerleaders? She goes, oh, me? Oh, no. But I did go to a Cowboys game in 1978. Maybe you recognize me from the stands. That is, boy, your ego is big.
Huge.
You got a big old ego, lady.
Yeah, you're stretching for that one.
Bobby comes out of the sliding glass door.
What's up, Rogue Media Music?
Oh, look at there. That's old Sheridan. And says, Dad, I changed my mind again. Medium rare. And then Willie looks at him and goes, think fast, big guy. Throws the football at him. Of course, Bobby doesn't catch it because why would Bobby be able to catch a football?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And so Willie goes up to him and goes, hey, listen here, buddy. You got to catch it out in front with your hands, not try to cradle it into your body. It's like something. It's a little something that Billy Joe Dupree showed me. Do you remember Billy Joe Dupree?
I don't know who that is. No.
He was a wide receiver for the Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was.
It's before my time.
Yeah, he was.
I've never heard of
He was
that.
a hell of a wide receiver. And then Hank whispers to Peggy, "Billy Joe Dupree," like it's
Dupree.
and then he throws the ball again. Bobby catches it this time. Hank goes, "Way to go, Bobby! Now listen to all the pointers this man gives you. He was taught about football and life from the great Coach Landry." I mean, he says it with such air every time. Such respect.
Great Coach
The great Coach Landry.
Whoa.
Willie says, "Hey, Hank, there's a Cowboys game on later if you want to come over." He goes, "Oh, yeah, that sounds great. And you can bring the guys. They seem pretty cool." He looks at Peggy and goes, "See, Peggy, I told you the guys were cool."
Yeah, I told you the guys were
I told
cool.
you the guys were cool. All right, later, we're at Big Willie Lane's house, and all 4 guys are there sitting on the couch, and they're all in suits and ties. Like they've gone to
they're
a
all like, I don't know.
yeah.
They're all being kind of weird. He's not even that good of a football player.
It's like
he
they
didn't even
have,
play that long.
Yeah, it's like they've gone to a
He
funeral.
only played
or
for
something.
3 years.
So
It's just all about having a cowboy on the street.
That's
It doesn't even
exactly
matter
it.
who he is or how bad he sucked.
they're
it's just about having
watching
a cowboy.
they're watching the football game, and Willie's he's a mess, by the way, too. Just big, unkempt, just a slob.
Yeah, huge
But
mess.
he's there yelling at the TV, "Run, damn it, run! No, don't go out of bounds! Oh, you wuss!" And then Hank whispers to Boomhauer, "Oh, passion." Like it's such a big deal.
Yeah.
And then you hear the horn blow, and he goes, "Halftime, I'll grab a few brews. And hey, if we do this again, would you guys mind bringing Sam Adams instead of Alamo?" Now, how did they not lose their ever-loving minds whenever he said that?
I don't know. I would have.
Yeah,
Alamo's the one.
Alamo is the one.
And the 2.
And Dale says, "Yeah, no problem. I'll just dip into my son's college fund to buy beer for this guy."
Yikes.
I got to think he doesn't have much of a college fund.
Probably not much.
Yeah. Then
The
he gets up-
$30 he had to take out to get that beer.
He goes out to get the beer, and Bill looks at the other guys. By the way, Bill is in his full military uniform.
Oh, yeah.
And-
For whatever reason.
He goes, "Hey, guys, my uniform's too tight. You think Willie would be offended if I took my pants off?"
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he would be.
He goes, "God dang it, Bill, don't
I would
screw
be
this
offended
up."
if you took your pants off, Bill.
Big Willie Lane comes back into the room and says, "Hey, you guys want to see some stuff from my career? Hank, you've seen this." And they start looking around the house at his various footballs and pictures. And he goes, "It's a football from that kick I blocked. Oh, and here's a picture from that kick I blocked." I mean,
From
that
that
is
kick I blocked.
God Almighty.
That's his own. That's his only thing.
It's the only
is
thing
that,
he's ever
that
done.
Kick I blocked.
Yeah, it's from that one kick I
Yeah.
blocked. He goes, "Hey, Willie, I have something I think you'd be interested in." And he shows
That's
him
all
his-
it's about is the kick.
he shows him a trading card of him that Hank has brought with him. He goes, "Well, who's that handsome stud?" And then Dale says, "That's you before the weight gain." Just
that's
such
awful.
he has zero filter. Hank pulls on his ear to kind of pull him out of that. And Bill says, "Hey, Willie, how'd you feel about letting me borrow your Super Bowl ring to wear to lady nights at Shenanigans tomorrow?"
Shenanigans. That's a good name for a bar.
Hank says, "Bill, game room now." So Bill gets in trouble. We go a little further into the game, and Bill is now sulking on the couch because I'm sure he got a stern talking to.
He, he is. He definitely got a good stern ear licking.
And he says, "Can I have some more chips, or would that be stepping over the line too?" And then you hear Big Willie looking at the TV saying, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we did it! Cowboys win! Everybody cheers. The phone rings, and he gets up on the phone and says, "Cowboys win! Hey, Bob, what's up, brother?" And he kind of wanders off. Hank says, "Willie specifically said come over for the game. Boomhauer, are we overstaying our welcome if we stay to watch the post game?" I mean, they're so
Whoa.
worried about offending this big slob.
Yeah, but post game. Who watches the post game?
I don't know. I watched a basketball game last night on
Yeah.
Amazon. It's an hour and a half pregame for one single game of basketball.
The basketball's not even that long of a game.
I do not need Blake Griffin telling me about basketball for an hour and a half.
That's longer than the
that
game
sucks.
is.
Yeah,
isn't
that
it?
sucks.
The game's not even that long.
No,
really.
the game can take, I don't know, 2 hours or so.
Oh,
but
okay.
still, it's
Still
just,
too long.
It's a lot. Amazon does that with football
Way too long.
and basketball. He says, should we stay to watch the post-game show? And Boomhauer's like, well, toss-up, man. And then you hear, oh, God, the post-game show's starting. What do we do?
What do we
Hank
do?
says, well, it's our first time at Willie's. We don't want to come on too strong. So I'm assuming they all left, right?
They're out of there.
So they're now in the alley. They're still in their suits and their uniforms. And you hear, God dang, I think that's Jethro Pugh. Because they're looking across the street, and there is a big party going over at Willie's.
Huge party.
Now. Yeah. And he thinks that Jethro Pugh, another ex-Cowboys player, was coming into the house there. And Bill says, as God is my witness, if I ever get back inside that house, I'm never going to leave. Okay,
Never.
Bill. All right, you creep.
That is creepy.
We go to nighttime.
I just still don't understand the fascination with that guy.
Well, I do understand the fascination.
I think it's just the
overlooking.
cowboy thing. It's just that he's a cowboy.
Yeah, I would be the same way with a spur or, that kind of thing. I mean, I used to go to training camps for the Oilers and stuff, and I got a bunch of stuff signed. That helmet up there on the thing. All right, so they're all in their suits in the alley, and Bill says, "As God is my witness, if I ever get back inside that house, I am never going to leave," which is creepy as shit. It's nighttime
leaving
now.
his house ever.
It's nighttime now, and the
He's
party
embedding himself.
The party is still going. We see a clock, and it says 11:47. So this thing, let's say they played at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? That means that it was over by 6:30. Now they've been partying for another almost 6 hours.
Yep.
Right? So this is a long party we got going here.
A very long party.
We hear all this music playing. We're in Khan's bedroom. He's got a pillow over his head because he can't sleep because of all the sound.
Yep.
And you hear, one good thing about other hillbilly, at least they pass out at 9. This guy needs to shut up or get stronger moonshine.
Stronger shine.
Min says, then call him to lower music, but
Moonshine
be nice.
is rough.
Maybe when we go on vacation, we finally have someone to feed your stupid fish. All right, so we're back in Willie's house, and the party is just pumping. And we see him with a girl on his shoulders. Not a very good-looking girl either, by the way.
No, not at all.
And he's singing, "Feel like making love," boom, boom. And he says, the phone rings. He picks it up. Khan is calling him, trying to get him to stop the music, right? And he answers the phone. Rock on!
Rock
My favorite
on.
Khan thing in this whole episode is, yes, hello, rock on. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, hello, rock on.
Rock on.
This Khan Newsom phone, your neighbor. It's getting late. Would you please lower Bad Company? He goes, Candy, climb on down. So I guess the girl's name is Candy.
Bad company to the day I die.
He says, I'm going to take care of this situation. He goes, oh, man, I think I'm getting somewhere. And then you see him on the cordless phone. He goes outside.
Yes,
and
he's out there.
Khan thinks, oh, he's coming over here to apologize or whatever. He goes, and Big Willie Lane's on the phone. He goes, now, which one are you, partner? You right across the alley? He goes, yeah, that me. And he looks at Min, and he's like, he's coming to apologize. That's a start. He goes, right on. So your
Right
house has
on.
the phone cord running right by the side of the house? He goes, yeah, I'm not sure why that mattered, but... And so Big Willie Lane just cut Khan's phone line on the side of his house.
Oh, no.
Just cut his freaking phone line. I mean, that sucks.
That not only that sucks, I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
And then Big Willie Lane's just...
Destruction of utilities?
Yes, just stumbling back to the party singing, feel like making love. In the Hills bedroom now, Peggy looks at the clock and says, oh, my gosh, it's almost midnight. And it's very loud outside. She goes, she's talking to Hank, did you move the curfew, did you move back the curfew in the block charter? Because that would be very sexy. Okay, Peggy, your bar is very low.
Well, he's just breaking the rules.
Uh-huh. And,
She likes a
well,
little
and
rule
that
breaking.
kind of in season 14.
Yeah.
You know, when he's a soccer guy.
She likes a
She
little
loves it because he's breaking the rules.
Rule breaking.
Yeah. Hank says, well, sorry to be a tease. Not something I ever thought I'd hear Hank say.
Yeah,
well,
no,
sorry to be a tease.
That's something I wanted to hear him
But
say.
I'm going to put my finger right here. Now, he says, well, sorry to be a tease, but I just made a one-time exemption. She goes, really? Then I want fine rescinded from my game night. He literally fined Peggy because she went too long on her game night.
Oh, no.
He goes, well, Peggy, the appeals process. And he kind of looks out the blinds as he's talking. And he goes, oh, my God, Con's hassling Willie. So he walks over to Con's, and Con is yelling at Willie. And he goes, oh, you in for it now, big boy. The block captain never stand for nonsense. Hank, he cut my phone cable. And Big Willie Lane says, yeah, right, you're dumb. Hank says, Con, please tell me you're not going to run over here and blame Willie every time a phone call gets disconnected. Willie goes, right on, Double H, right on. He goes, I am not lying. Now listen, you make my family follow your stupid rules all the time, so shut this jock ball. It's school night. He goes, hey, this is Big Willie Lane.
Double H.
He goes, hey, Double H, I'll bet a Cowboy fan like you would love to meet Roger Staubach's pool cleaner.
Roger Staubach's pool cleaner.
Pool cleaner.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, he's in there now? He goes, well, yeah, he's a buddy of mine. Come on in and meet him. I wouldn't know what to say. He goes, oh, he's very easy to talk to. Now get on in here. And it just leaves Con out on the stoop, right?
Yeah, leaves him right by himself.
And Con is just like, Hank, I need you. Hank, block captain. Like he starts whimpering like Con does.
Yeah.
And that is our first commercial break. We are going to take that, try to get our crap all together, and we'll be
right back.
there it be.
OsleyMD.com.
I've always had thin hair my whole life. It breaks off at a certain length. In the last 6 months, I've noticed it just really bad. I mean, you could totally see it. I wear a hat a lot. I tried several different products. My experience with the Bosley MD hair regrowth kit was amazing. It was easy to use. It let me take off my hat. I could go in public and have my picture taken and feel normal again.
OsleyMD.com.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Introducing Muck-Off's classic pink bike cleaner, powered by revolutionary nanotechnology that breaks down dirt and grime on a microscopic level while protecting your bike's delicate finish. Developed by our mad developer Alex and tested by riders, our products are made by riders for riders. Discover more at us.muc-off.com, where we break the mold to bring you the best in bike care.
Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com. Looking for tickets to the hottest shows, games, and events? Ticket Liquidator is your one-stop shop for great prices, no hassles, and guaranteed tickets. Since 2003, we've been connecting buyers and sellers, providing access to sold-out events at prices lower than most secondary market options. Whether it's sports, theater, or concerts, our massive nationwide network ensures you get the tickets you want, guaranteed. For the best seats at the biggest events, start with Ticket Liquidator today at ticketliquidator.com. That's TICKETLIQUIDATOR.com. Ticket Liquidator. Hey there, I'm glad you're still here, folks, because today has been a comedy of errors. Hopefully, when this comes out, if you watch the released one or listen to the released one, you will not know anything about any of these mistakes.
It will be chopped up.
So there we go. All right, so we're coming back from the commercial break, and in which all four guys are in the alley. And they're talking about what happened last night. And Dale's like, Roger Staubach's pool cleaner. I cannot believe you met him. Hank says, yep, we played foosball. He's a great guy. Just a regular guy, I tell you what.
We played foosball.
We played foosball, I'll tell you what.
Damn Hank.
Con drives up in a van. He goes, hey, Hank, I give you a block charter to Connie to take to school for a report on hypocrisy. She get an A, and teacher call you a monster.
That's funny.
His insults are always so friggin' creative.
Yeah,
you know?
he's pretty funny.
I
like
took your
him.
block charter. I gave it to my daughter. She took it to school, did a report on hypocrisy. She got an A, and the teacher called you a monster. I mean, that is a long way to go for an
That's
insult.
a super long way.
Very
to go.
good, though. He just drives off cussing in Laotian. And then you hear, so what kind of haircut did the pool cleaner have? Huh? Was he a redhead? I'm picturing a redhead. Bobby gets out of the car. He's wearing a Cowboy shirt, and it says Lane on the back of it. So the whole family has bought into this whole Willie Lane.
Yeah,
living
they're
on the
Willie
block
Lane
thing
fans now.
Yeah. Bobby says, Willie's giving me some blocking lessons later. He says I make a great lineman like he was. Boy, that is the last thing you want.
That's the last thing you want.
Hank says, my son is getting a clinic from a Dallas Cowboy. I've always said you had a lot of untapped bulk. Untapped bulk.
That's mean.
He goes, I'm going to do a push-up. And then he tries to, and he can't.
He can't.
Willie comes over, and he
But he can kick you in your balls.
That's right. Or vagina. He
Or
comes over
vagina.
and has he doesn't have a shirt on, number one. And he comes over and goes, which of you sports fans wants to give old Willie a ride to work? I mean, this guy is just a washed-up, has-been loudmouth. He goes, how about you, Double H? He goes, excuse me, guys, official Cowboy business, because he's still under the spell of a Dallas Cowboy.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
That's all it is. Like I said, that's like the whole
Yeah.
premise of the episode is.
It is. He's
It's that guy.
just be careful.
He's a cowboy.
Never meet your heroes, all that stuff.
He's a
you know?
cowboy.
Cowboy,
baby.
baby. Ba with a ba. Now we're in the truck. Hank is driving him to work, which we find out is a car lot, a used car lot.
Yeah, of course it's a used
yeah,
car
it
lot.
is.
What
It
else
is.
would it be?
And
Whose used car lot is it though? Is it Roger Staubach's used car lot?
I don't think so.
Or is it Troy Aikman's?
I don't think it's anybody's
Does
used car.
Troy Aikman? Let's see if Troy Aikman.
I think it's that dude with the horse in season 14.
Yeah, actually, you could go to the Troy Aikman Auto Mall in Fort Worth,
Hey, Troy Aikman sells a lot of cars.
Yeah.
He also sells a lot of Acme bricks.
or you could go to.
That man has invested well.
Oh, never mind. Actually, in 2008, Ford bought out Aikman Steak in the dealerships.
What a
But
tough
he
life.
had,
Ford comes in and buys you out.
Yeah, but he did have the Troy Aikman Auto Mall. Sold various brands like Chevrolet, Chrysler, and Jeep. Yeah, come
Troy
on down.
Aikman Auto
yeah.
Mall, right on the loop.
Yeah, come on down to Troy Aikman Ford in Dallas, Texas.
We'll throw a football in your trunk.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of like a
A
threat.
free football with every purchase.
Signed
We will tackle you.
with a simulation of Troy's autograph.
Yeah.
All right,
Free
so
jock straps.
they're in the truck driving Willie Lane to work, and he's obviously
The
talking
name
the
is
whole way.
Willie
He's like, and that's
Lane.
how I blocked that kick. I mean, that's all this dude can talk about
Hell
is that
yeah.
one effing play.
Hey, guys, y'all see that? I blocked that kick.
I blocked that kick 25 years
Yeah.
ago. Hank is still under his spell. Oh, that story gets better every time you tell it.
My
He goes,
tea's gone cold. I'm wondering why.
hey, thanks for the lift to work. I'm probably still legally drunk from the party. Hank says,
Probably.
yeah, you know, Willie, I've been meaning to talk to you about that party. I know you haven't had a chance to read the block charter yet, but it did go on a little late. He goes, oh, I hear you, Chief, but it's hard for me to go to bars. There's always one guy who wants to prove how tough he is by taking on an ex-football player. That's why I party at home. If I get in a fight, at least it's with a friend. Hank's like, oh, very responsible.
There you go.
What? No, Hank. He goes, hey, Hank,
Not
you're,
really.
you're a big Cowboy fan. How'd you like to buy Deion Sanders' truck? I'll give you the friend's price. As we find out here in a minute, that's a lie.
It is a lie.
He goes, oh, wow. Well, I mean, it's a great opportunity, but I don't really need another truck. Well, good for you, Hank. He goes, Hank, thanks for the ride. Rock on. And he goes, rock on. And he just kind of chuckles and drives away. Later at Hank's, we see that Big Willie has taken his big dog out for a walk.
Barry Switzer, the dog.
Uh-huh.
Switzer, I
That's a
think he calls
female,
it.
by the
Yeah.
way. And he has his dog taking a crap in Khan's yard.
Unfortunately.
Hank sees this, and we hear Willie just going, hurry, Switzer, you can do it. There you go. And Hank sees it and goes, Willie, I know Khan's a pain in the neck, but this isn't really how we do things around here. And even Khan never walks his dog on anybody else's lawn. Willie says, oh, I hear you, brother. I just lost my head for a second. Oh, dang, I forgot my baggie. I'll just run home and grab one. Come on, Switzer. Come on, girl. It's just weird to me that Switzer's a girl.
And then they leave, and it just sits there.
Yeah, it just sits there. Time passes. Hank is
Hank's
kind of
weird for this shit, but it just sits there.
Yeah, he does not come back. Hank is watching out the window for.
Hank's been turd staring for
He has been turd
a good
staring.
couple hours.
Yep. Bag shaming. Peggy comes up to him and goes, Hank, how much longer are you going to stare at that big pile of dog droppings? He goes, not much longer. It's only been a couple of hours. I'm sure he just forgot. I guess I'll go pick it up myself. Peggy already has tongs in her hand and hands them to him. Next morning, we get another one of those Arlen overviews with the water tower and everything.
Yeah.
Dale is out polishing a very broken, beat-up car while the other guys watch out in the alley. Dale's just, Hank walks up and he goes, hey, Hank, Willie called me and asked me to give him a ride home, and to thank me, he gave me the friend's price on Cowboy legend Deion Primetime Sanders Hyundai. Now help me push it into my garage.
I wonder what the odds are that Deion Sanders actually drove it.
Nobody. There is the odds are zero. Zero odds that any of that's true.
Some content where they were at his house in Dallas or around the Dallas area.
Yeah.
And
Sanders?
Yeah, he still has some of the cars from when he was.
Oh, I'm sure he does. Yeah.
Like some of those old.
Doesn't have all his toes, but he does have some of the cars.
Yeah, some of those like '80s BMWs, or it's like an '80s BMW or Mercedes Benz or something that he's got that was really like. Right, he really took care of these vehicles.
He had some like serious issues, like with his feet and stuff. He's had to have a part of his foot.
Yeah,
his feet cut off.
It's turf toe.
Yeah.
Is the cause of it, and turf toe messes with the circulation of blood in your leg and feet, so it has gotten to a point where the circulation is so bad it's non-existent, and it's killing off his.
Well, I'm
toes
sure you get necrosis in the flesh, and then that can turn into gangrene, and that can get to be a real big problem.
That's why they cut it off to try to save the rest of it. So pretty much what they're doing is they're trying to salvage his leg from having to amputate his leg.
That's also why you don't wear wet socks.
Yeah, if he was just some regular broke ass dude without any money, he probably would have already been cut at the knee by now.
True.
Yeah.
True.
They would have said, "All right, well, you're going to eventually lose all this, so
let's just
we're not
going
to carve you up like a Christmas ham piece by piece. We're just going to go ahead and take it at the knee, and game over for you. You know, you're done." So really, what they're doing is they're just trying to save his foot and save his ability to be able to walk without a prosthetic.
Yeah.
But right now, from what I understand, he's been having a lot of pains with it. He's been fighting bladder cancer and stuff. He got a deal with Depends and now has a piss tent where he goes and takes a piss during the games.
Oh, wow, really?
It has a big Depends logo on it. I mean, the guy's a walking billboard for marketing. He's a marketing.
He is a marketer.
Yeah.
He definitely knows how to market things.
Himself, yeah. I mean, he is his own brand. But
yes, the guys help Dale push his piece of shit car into his garage. Bobby comes up and says, "Dad, check out what Willie taught me." And Joseph's there with a football. He runs at Bobby, and Bobby just punches him right in the face. Joseph goes down straight, and he goes, "Now, who's your daddy? Big Willie Lane." He goes, "Bobby, what are you doing? That's cheating."
That's cheating, Bob.
Bobby says, "Willie said it ain't cheating if you don't get caught." Hank says, "That's not true." And then he storms over to Khan's yard, and we see that Khan's yard is all torn up. There's holes in it and all kinds of stuff. He goes, "Well, what the heck happened here?" He goes, "Your new pig-headed jock friend dug holes in my lawn." He goes, "Oh, lawnscape assault is a clear violation of Article 9 of the Charter. This ends today." He marches over to Willie's, and he's got a bunch of his giant buddies, and they're all out drinking in the alley. And he walks up and says, "Mister, you are out of control, and it's time you get in line." Big Willie looks at Hank and says, I used to think you were a cool guy." Hank says, "I can be very cool when someone follows our neighborhood guidelines. Now get over there and start helping Khan fill those holes." This is where it starts. Big Willie Lane walks.
That's where it gets wicked.
Yep. He walks over to Hank's fence and says, "Hank, you seem to have a lot of spirit. How'd you like a pep rally? Hey, we can make you a bonfire." Starts ripping pieces off of his fence and putting them in a pile. Hank's like, "No, don't. Stop that." He goes, "Oh, all right, that does it." And all the jocks are just laughing. Later, we see Hank has brought the police to his house.
Yep.
We see giant chunks of his fence missing and a big bonfire going while all these big jocks are over there just warming their hands and cackling. And so he tells the cops, so these guys started a fire in the alley and tore some planks off my fence. A cop, played by Fred Willard, says, you do realize that this is a felony. And then Big Willie kind of flashes his Super Bowl ring at him again. He goes, sweet Betty, that's Super Bowl ring. McMurtry, get your keister over here. He goes, oh, I'm Willie Lane. It's nice to meet you, officers.
This is the guy who blocked that kick.
He goes, this is the guy who blocked that kick.
That's all he is the guy who blocked the kick.
That's right. Hank's officers Brown
Literally
and
on his
McMurray,
resume it just says guy who blocked kick. Yeah.
There's a matter of a fire here. He goes, hey, let me try that Super Bowl ring on, will you? The cop's telling him that. Willie's like, last time that thing was off was 500 years ago. And everybody just has a hearty chuckle. Everybody but Hank, that is.
Yeah.
And Hank's like, officers, what about the fire? He goes, and the cop says, Willie, you didn't start this fire, did you? And then Willie points at Hank and says, he probably did it. And now he's trying to pin it on me.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That just shows you exactly who this guy is. And Hank says, you guys can't possibly believe him. The man, and then the cop says, enough out of you. Now get back inside and stop hassling Big Willie. And then the cop says, hey, if we kicked a few footballs, could you block them? And Hank goes inside. Hank goes inside very sadly. And that is our second commercial break. So we will take that, and we will be
right back.
There it is. Join the Daily High Club, the premier destination for glass water pipes, vaporizers, and accessories. Since 2015, we've sold over 1 million quality products and teamed up with legends like Snoop Dogg and Tommy Chong. Ready to elevate your smoking game? Visit dailyhighclub.com for our El Primo subscription box or shop unique pieces today.
Discover the world of luxury sex toys at Luxury Toy X and indulge in the ultimate pleasure experience. For years, we have been dedicated to the belief that sexuality and wellness are essential components of a happy and healthy life. With over 70,000 satisfied customers, we take pride in our ability to provide products that enhance your sexual well-being. Join our community of satisfied customers and unlock a world of pleasure and self-discovery. Visit luxurytoyx.com today.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Combine that with OrganicHemp.com's top quality CBD for ultimate balance. Start your healing journey today at GlobalHealing.com and OrganicHemp.com.
I'm Hunter, the founder of Hello Cake, and today we're digging into ED meds. The number one thing we hear is that guys are sick of waiting for ED meds to kick in. Traditional ED meds take about an hour to kick in as they have to go through your digestive system, where Hello Cake's ED medication dissolves under your tongue and works in about 15 minutes. That's about 3 times faster than traditional ED medication. Curious about ED meds? Go to hellocake.com.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious. Find your blend at hempdelicious.com.
Hey there, we're back, and
We are back.
we even hit the right buttons this time.
All the right buttons.
All the right buttons, if you know what I
None of the
mean.
wrong ones. I really think it was my computer leaning up because I think the space bar activates
Maybe.
it, right?
Yeah, probably could. Again, there's still a fire going on outside. The cops were in on it with Big Willie Lane. Hank was inside. He was very sad. Now we come back from the commercial break, and Hank is all by himself
All alone. He's
in the
just
alley
by himself.
by his fence that's just in shambles, right? There's just chunks out of it and stuff. Bobby comes up and says, Dad, can I have a ride to the store?
Still
Willie-
a Cowboys fan, though.
Yes. He said, Dad, can I have a ride to the store? Willie borrowed my bike and seems to have lost track of it. Grown man borrowed a little kid's bike.
Probably sold it.
And then across the alley, you hear chug, chug, chug. So the guys are over there just chugging beers. He goes, for a guy who was a pro athlete, Willie's drunk a lot. That's pretty
Willie is
savage
drunk
coming
a
from Bill,
whole
from
lot.
Bobby. Hank says, yeah, I know, Bobby. Bobby says, have you thought about where we're going to move to? I heard Tampa's nice. He goes, we're not moving anywhere. All the men start shouting. The guys are shooting bottle rockets at each other in the alley.
That's always fun.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever done that before?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like held a bottle rocket and just let it go out of your hand and launch in the air?
Well, I used to have a buddy. Yes, we've done that, but we would
Or
go
like
out
with
to
your teeth
we'd
and
go
just
out
let
to
it launch out of
Whitney.
your mouth?
Yeah, we'd go out to Whitney, and he would stand in the water and let me shoot Roman candles at his chest.
Oh, okay.
Like,
That's pretty
boom,
cool.
Boom,
No,
just busting off his chest.
we were wild and raucous and profane as youngsters, and one time we were really stoned and we were teenagers, and I pulled my pants down and I stuck the stick in between my butt cheeks and let it launch out of my butt, and it burnt the hell out of my butt.
Yeah.
And my butt cheeks clenched and
Yeah.
it held onto it a little too long.
Oh, no.
So when it exploded,
Oh,
I held on
no.
just a little too long, so it burnt me, but I ended up letting go and it launched in the air.
Oh, my
But there was
God.
like there was like literally like a split second delay, just enough to burn the shit out of my ass cheeks.
I mean, I know that
It hurt to
you're-
sit down for like 2 weeks.
I know that you're going to remember that for the rest of your life, right? But
Probably everybody around me.
But I
would probably
think
remember
what is more is that those people thought you were a legend that day, because that had to be the craziest thing that happened that
Oh,
day.
yeah, it
And
was
they were
wild.
like, oh yeah, Rusty, he'll do anything with it.
that. And then I had my jacket got blown up. Somebody I had one of those polyester like poofy coats.
Yeah, yeah.
And somebody it was three of the little mini dynamites stuck together, and it stuck to the jacket because of the heat
Yeah.
from the fuse.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get it off because it was like stuck, and it just went boom, and it looked like I got shot because the jacket just exploded.
Be careful around firecrackers, kids.
Yeah,
All right.
trained
So,
professional.
Bobby says he hears Tampa's nice. Hank says we're not moving anywhere. Then we see the guys across the alley shooting bottle rockets at each other. Bobby looks at Hank and says, I'm going to go pack just in case. Then Hank looks over and he sees Con picking up trash in his own yard. And he comes over and Con looks up and goes, Hank? He goes, Con, I'm sorry I didn't believe you. No man should have to live to see this done to his lawn, so I was thinking we could work together to get rid of Willie. He goes, oh, I talked to my father-in-law last night. He knows a guy who will do it for $5,000.
That's the mention,
He's
yeah.
just going to kill him.
They said they would mention him, and that's the mention. It's funny they just say that father-in-law,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that they consider that a mention.
He goes, Con, I'll only operate within the confines of state law and the block charter. And then you hear from Dale, incoming! Because, of course, Dale is across the street with these guys.
Oh,
And
yeah, Dale's a part of it.
He's got a water balloon that he's trying to throw. He throws it across the street, and it just, like, goes, 5 feet and drops because Dale is the weakest man in the world.
The weakest link.
Con looks at Hank and says, you sure about this? Because maybe we can get Hitman to throw in Gribble as freebie. It's a pretty good deal, $5,000 for two
That's
of
a
them.
deal.
All right, next morning, 6:45. Hank and
Early a.m.
Yep, Hank and Con are both on their riding lawnmowers. He looks at him and he goes, we mow in 2 minutes, Con. Bill comes over because all the guys are out there dragging out trash because they've had to pick up their own trash in their yards too. Bill says, what do you think you're doing? Willie's sleeping off a hangover. Hank says, that's exactly what I figured. Con and I are going to fire up our mowers every day at 7 a.m., the earliest time for mowing permitted in the block charter. Eventually, it'll drive that hungover bastard off the block. And then Dale says, over
Dale's
Bill's bruised
dramatics,
and lacerated
yeah.
body, you will.
Over
Lay down in
his
front of the mower,
bruised
Bill.
and
Bill's just like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, there's nothing left to live for but the next thing somebody tells him to do.
Lay down in front of the mower. Okay. Hank says, what happened to you guys? Bill, don't you remember when this was the kind of neighborhood where you could leave your door unlocked at night and no one would steal your refrigerator? Good God, they're breaking in and stealing the refrigerators?
That's tough. I'm surprised in a Texas neighborhood the guy survived
No
long
kidding,
enough to
right?
steal out of refrigerators.
Bill responds.
It's happening here lately where it seems like people are barely just knocking on people's doors and stuff and getting shot at.
Oh, sure.
There was this one that I was reading where this woman got shot and killed. She was a cleaner, and she was going to clean a house, and she was like 2 houses down in the wrong house, and she was barely about to stick the key in the door, and somebody like blasted her. There was another one where a guy was a DoorDash driver. He had pulled up into the guy's yard, walked up to the door, and the guy's like, get out of here, get out of here. So the kid gets in the car, and he's, like, driving off, and then, like, the kid's, like, driving away down the guy's driveway, and he's, like, doing this weird 3-point turn, and I guess it wasn't fast enough for the guy, so he pulls a pistol and just starts shooting at the guy's car. I'm like,
Crazy,
man, these guys don't even need guns. These guys are unhinged.
So he says, don't you want this to be the kind of neighborhood that you can leave your
Don't
door
get
open
shot
and not
at
get your
for
refrigerator
DoorDashing?
stolen?
Yeah.
Bill says, I've been keeping my food in the tub. That's his response. I've been keeping my food in the tub.
Well, he's an easy target, so.
Hank says, and Dale, you believed in the block charter so strongly you signed it with your real name. Dale says, it's the only time I've ever done that. He goes, gentlemen, it is a new morning on Rainy Street. Now we see all of them on mowers. And they have started up their mowers because it is 7 a.m. Switzer is over at the window barking like crazy from the inside of Big Willie Lane's house. Willie is passed out on a foosball table, and he doesn't even move after all this noise and all this sound.
Yeah.
Hank says, it's not working. Time for plan B. Bill goes, there's a plan B? Dale says, we didn't tell you for your own protection. They wouldn't dare have their basket bottle tournament with Deion Sanders' car in the way. They moved that stupid car right in front of the goal that they've set up there to play their donkey ball or whatever they call it.
Basketball.
He said they wouldn't dare have their basketball tournament with Deion Sanders' car in the way. Bill says, they were going to make me dance during halftime. This has already been decided. He was going to dance during halftime. They all start coming out, and he goes, we can't play bottle donkey with that car on our court. Willie goes, hey, Fitzy, Tom, Tommy, Jack, Joe, Bear. They all come over. They grab that car and literally just roll it on its sides over and over
tipping it
into Hank's yard. Tears up Hank's yard. Hank's like, oh, what the? And Dale's like, Deion's car. Bill gasps. And then Bill looks at Hank and goes, Hank, your lawn. Hank says, I know, Bill, I know. But I think Willie just tossed his last car on his last neighbor's lawn. Later, the cops are there again. And,
useless.
He goes, why would I tip a car over on my own lawn? The cop says, I don't know, puzzles me, but Willie says he didn't do it, and we have no evidence that proves otherwise. The officer says, Willie, this here's Officer Collins and Witchell. And he kind of chuckles, and he goes, they're off duty, but they came by because they wanted to meet you. Could we check out that Super Bowl ring? Willie's like, this old thing? Sure. And the cops are like, hey, let's take a group picture. McMurtry, grab the Polaroid. And the whole group poses for a Polaroid with this guy. Big Willie says, hey, I used to have a camera like that. It must have gotten lost in the move. And the cop goes, well, here, take this one. Just hands him his damn camera.
That's wild, yeah.
Then we hear the police.
He's not even that good of a football player.
He did one thing.
He blocked the kick.
And then we hear the police dispatch say, all units at 250 Arroyo Grande, please respond. So all the cops get in their cars and they leave. Con takes a football to the head just out of nowhere. And then Big Willie goes, little help. You know, like when you throw a football over and you want somebody to throw it back or whatever. Con is enraged. He growls, literally growls, and says, help. I help you get the hell out of my neighborhood, you big fat muscle-headed load of rat, jackal, pig, dog waste. I mean, that is
damn. What the hell's a pig
dog? It's
got
like 6 hyphens in it.
Yeah.
Big Willie looks at him and goes, you just called me a pig? He goes, oh, you don't like that? Well, I don't care anymore. I don't sleep. My career's going in the toilet. My little girl can't study. And all because some fat jock slob play a little football and block a kick. I don't even know what it means to block a kick. But if you can do it, then any idiot can do it. I mean, Con is taking his life in his hands here.
I like it. I like Con getting riled up.
Hank says, back off. We don't fight on this block. And Big Willie takes a swing, punches Hank right in the face.
Smacked him.
I mean, just punches him
and
directly in the
Hank
face.
ate it, too.
From behind Hank, Dale is hiding behind him. And he goes, kill him, Hank. Bill's got your back. He's just such a puss. He goes, no, Dale. If I hit him back, it's a fight. Right now, it's assault. Willie goes, ain't nobody going to believe you, Chief. Bear, you see me hit this guy? Bear goes, yeah. I mean, no. He tried to rob you. And so Bill says, oh, you did so hit Hank. Just look at his poor face. A big bruise with the words, Salad was Sabalak. Huh, that's weird. So what has happened is he's punched him with his Super Bowl ring.
Yep, and left
and now
the Dallas
on
Cowboys
his face it says Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, and it's all red and punched in. Hank goes over to the car that's upside down on his lawn, grabs the mirror off of it and looks at it and says, "Looks like Willie just hung himself, Con. Take a picture." Con goes, "Good thinking, Hank. Now we got evidence." Then have to try to start playing keep away with the picture. Hank throws it over to Dale, and he goes, "Dale, put it in your wall safe." Dale says, "Squirrel tactic," and he jumps and goes over the fence and rolls. Yeah, he runs inside his house. Then he flips open a painting, pulls a lever, and a big fence comes down over the front of his house. And he's like, you can't get me. Hank looks at Big Willie. He says, "Now, listen here. No one else in this town has a Super Bowl ring, so that picture is proof of assault." He goes, "Assault? Willie can't afford another assault charge, partner. That'd be totally uncool." He goes, "Then you've got 2 weeks to get out of that house and off our block." He goes, "I'm going to need more time than that." He goes, "The charter clearly states that when a neighbor is deposed, they get 2 weeks to get off the block, and that's all you're getting." Well, and honestly, it went a lot smoother than you would think, because Willie and all the guys just walk away, right?
Yep, they're ready to ride out.
And then the guys
on to the next neighborhood to terrorize.
The guys line up in the alley again with their beer.
Yep.
And also Con.
Yep.
So there's 5 of them. And
Yep.
Con says, "Thank you, Hank Hill." And he says, "Here," and hands him a beer. And then we get, "Yep, mm-hmm." And then Con says, "In my experience, a lot of people say they're going to hit you, but not many actually do."
Yeah.
And then credits roll. And that is it. And then after the credits, we get Rock On.
Rock
yes.
On.
Hello, Rock On.
Rock on.
So that is season 8, episode 3. New Cowboy on the Block, originally aired Sunday, November 16th, 2003.
That's the one.
Not a bad episode, just not one of my favorites. It's fine.
Probably one of my least favorites of this season.
Yeah, it's fine. It's simply filler. But speaking of filler, you want to tell them where they can find us?
Yeah, you can find us at BWAAAKOTH at all social media. And you can go to YouTube at BWAAKOTH@gmail.com. Also didn't know that she had an episode in Dolly? Yeah, she had an episode in Magic School Bus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, she loves kids reading.
She played as Miss Frizz's sister.
Oh, okay.
And Miss Frizz was played by she was on the Beverly Hillbilly movie in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
She was the Drysdale's assistant.
Oh,
Jane.
Miss
Me Jane. You Jethro. Yeah.
You know,
she played Jane. She was the voice of Miss Frizzle. Danny Tamborelli was the voice of Arthur on that show. Little Richard did the theme song.
Oh, yeah.
Which a lot of people don't know.
Yeah. I don't mind that movie, honestly. I don't mind it.
I
think it's pretty decent.
You talking about Magic School Bus?
No. I was talking about Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh,
movie.
Beverly Hillbillies, yeah.
I don't mind that movie, and I like both of the Brady Bunch movies.
I was trying to think if I had any cool I guess I do. So I read this book called Fast Food Nation.
Yeah.
And it was a book that was written in the early 2000s-ish.
Yep. I've read the book and I've seen the movie.
And it talks about...
It talked about the pink slime.
Kind of, yeah. It mainly talks about the consolidation of the meat industry brought on by McDonald's having, they had 170 plus suppliers at the time. And they told the meat industry, hey, we need less suppliers. We're only going to buy from 3 people. So they started to consolidate, and they used to have this thing called the Beef Trust, but that was broken up back in the day, and then they just kind of reformed in the 80s whenever Reagan kind of removed some of those restrictions and stuff that were out there. So they formed into this quasi-beef trust again, and that's where we're at right now with beef and stuff. And it's kind of funny because they're really big lobbyists, and they continue to lobby for OSHA to have they got really bad work conditions. There's actually a plant that used to be, I'm not sure if this exists anymore because the book's dated, but there was a place in Texas where if you got injured, you could sign a waiver to say that the company would take care of all your medical needs, or you could not sign it and do the workman's comp or sue them or whatever you wanted to do, pursue that, and that could take years. But what you would do once you signed the form to work or the form after you got injured, it also waived you from all rights to sue them. But not only did all rights to sue them, but all rights to use any other medical service but theirs in perpetuity of your entire life for the injury. Sure. So if you have a back injury, that's something that you live with for your rest of your life, you contractually obligate yourself to use that meat company. It's called IBP was the name of the meat company. I don't know if they exist anymore, but they legally were required to use their medical services for the lifespan of that injury.
I'll tell you this, corporations are not your friend, and those kind of conglomerates of meat packers and things like that, they also engage in price fixing.
Well, they talk about how it ruined parts of Chicago too. Well, because that's like a big part of it in the consolidation thing, and like becoming a multinational and stuff like that. They have so much more control over communities and taxes and things like that. Because the same company, IBP, I can't remember exactly what state it was, but the state like fought to keep them there, to keep like jobs in the small rural communities that they were providing jobs to, and they did all these tax breaks and deals for them, and they were supposed to stay there for a good long while, a decade or more, but there was nothing in there that said anything about time frame.
It's a handshake agreement.
They did it for 2 years, and then South Dakota offered them a better deal where they had no corporate tax and no income tax. So they moved it to South Dakota and crippled an entire community of like 30 or 40,000 people. So that's pretty much what like.
Well, I had to tell my dad last night, he didn't realize that a lot of the people that work at Walmart are on public assistance.
Yeah, a lot of them
have
are public
to be
assistance
because they don't make enough money.
Well, because it's almost like the franchise thing ruined America, because like used to have all these mom and pop restaurants. When I go back and I was doing fast food history research, there used to be tons of fast food restaurants all over the United States, even in this city here that we live in. Like my uncle owned one, a famous one here in town called Lee's Drive-In, and that had been there from 1965 until he passed in 2020.
Lee's, Hickory Stick.
But all these little fast food places used to be able to exist and pull a profit and flourish. But once they started doing the franchise thing and you started having all these franchises pop up all over the United States, it's the same thing with like Walmart killed small businesses.
Oh, yeah.
All of those things killed small restaurants and small businesses, because there's no way that any of the small businesses in town could pull the same amount of money that McDonald's or Wendy's or Taco Bell or any of them are going to do.
Not even small conglomerations of businesses. So
No.
like when you think about like True Value hardware stores, it
No,
is
they
a
suffer
franchise type model.
Yeah.
But it's so small that it can't compete with Walmart. It can't compete with
Home Depot,
Amazon, Home Depot, stuff like that.
So that's what it ends up being, is like, that's pretty much what the book kind of says, is that corporations are kind of what has screwed everything up, and we need to decentralize our food. Our food, like
decentralize everything.
Our growing, we need to decentralize everything. But the problem is that now you have, you've almost gone back to where you've taken the farms again, and now you have like an aristocracy that owns all the farms, and you're all just serfs.
Yeah.
You used to own the farm, but you had to sell the farm to the company to survive. Yeah. And now you work for the farmer on the farm that your family owned for 200 years.
Same thing that
but
happened
now
in
you
Robin
don't
Hood.
own it anymore.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
It reminds me of that. It reminds me of that scene in Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail, where they ride up on those two
farmers.
guys, and they're like, "Well, we didn't vote for a king.
I see the violence inherent in the system.
We didn't vote for a king. I like that.
Yeah. You don't vote for a king.
That's one of my favorite
And for
movies.
long, we won't have to vote, so it'll be great. I went and voted Tuesday, and every single thing on the ballot passed, which sucks.
Yeah, but there's some things that were redundant.
3 tax raises out in Hewitt. The Midway school system had 3 different, and they all will raise your property taxes.
Well, you know why they're having to try to raise all the taxes is because they're building, multiple 200-300 house additions.
Well, it's
That's
also
the problem.
Well, it's also because they waste
too
so
fast.
much money.
That too.
They waste a ton of money.
That too. And they're growing too fast out there, too.
There were a couple things on that needed to pass, but the vast majority of them on the ballot, man, if I could tell anybody anything, it is read what you're voting on and be very critical about it, because they do not tell you everything.
Well, not that the audience cares, because this isn't really relevant to them, but they're trying to build that massive housing addition right there on the Brazos.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are kind of upset about it because they've already broke ground on it
Sure.
before all the before everything is okayed. They've already started breaking ground. But the major issue is that it's in Bosqueville School District.
Yeah.
So if you add 175 families to the Bosque School District,
Yeah, you're going to break it.
you're going to add that school district is at its capacity for what it can handle as it is at the moment. Like, any more than that is going to break the levy on that school district.
But you
It's
see,
gonna-
if you pass vouchers, which we kind of did, then you can just gut the public school systems and say, well, teach them at home or teach them over here at this Christian school.
yeah,
Right?
I
They
don't think
have to
that
deal with
voucher system is going to work.
They don't
as
have to
the
deal
way they want
with
it to.
special ed. They don't have to deal with kids with disabilities.
Because
They
all
don't have
those
to deal
homes,
with state testing.
Well, the thing is, with all those homes, it's going to be BlackRock or something like that owns
Yeah.
like 3/4 of the homes. Only a quarter of the houses are going to be owned by individual single families,
Yeah.
and all of the other houses are just going to be rent houses. So it's going to be people on low income vouchers and stuff like that.
We're going to a point where you own nothing. But anyway, that's not what you guys are here for. We want to be much happier and think about better things. We love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for joining me yesterday who did. And we will see you again on Friday. So I think that leaves us one thing left to say.
Oh, we Matanye.
We Matanye indeed. We'll see you guys. This has been a Rogue Media Network production.